All right, folks, the Weight Slayer here. So, just watching a video by Grave Strong, him doing 225 for 30 reps with his single ply bench daddy. I think we're gonna try and match that with the Slingshot Mad Dog today. We'll see how it goes. I've got to get set up here, just for the sake of keeping track of my weight. We came in at 269.6 this morning. Had a little bit of breakfast, and so we're a little more than that now, but at least, you know, from the aspect of being a little lighter today, we are. So that's a good thing going into this. We're getting a little more cut, slowly but surely. You know, I don't care how long it takes as long as I slim up, and I just don't want to lose a lot of strength. So I've got to clean off 19 gigs worth of video footage on this cell phone. So it's ready to go, and it is now. We got to get set up. You may hear me slowly starting to disassemble this. Hopefully this won't fall out. Yeah, you can see that. That's the hip thruster there, folks, that I bought. That unfortunately, unless I lose another 2 inches around my waist, it's not going to work. So we have decided I'm just going to send it back. Part of the reasons for doing that is it's just not, doesn't really feel like it's going to work my buttocks as much as I'd hoped. So we'll send that back. And all right, what do we have in store? This is going to be flat bench today. Flat bench. I got to get this out of the way. I might take the supports off if I end up hitting myself on them. Definitely get this barbell out of here. So one of the things I'll be getting for Christmas is a barbell holder, which I'm looking forward to clean this place up a little bit more. We got that. God, what else did we get? I used my YouTube money on their hip thruster, but so now we got to replace it with something else. And I've thought about a seal row. I don't know if I'm going to buy that though. I thought about a calf raise machine. I did buy some new collars too. I don't know if I released that video yet. These are basically about 4 ounces a piece. So if you want to do incremental weights, buy these for a half-pound increase, and then try and find the heavier ones of these because they're 8 ounces a piece. That'll get you a pound incremental weight. And guess what? You do that, and you don't spend. What did I spend? $36 to get frickin', I don't know, 4 pounds of actual incremental weights. A bit of a waste of money, I will say. We're going to bring more products onto the channel. I plan to unbox, review some different weight plates. I'll probably get the smaller ones, and we'll compare them, you know. That way you guys can see the quality. Oops. You know, like those cap ones, they're the cheapest ones you can buy, I think. Are they, you know, truly worth the money? I guess we should go up a little bit. We haven't talked about this weight belt yet. I don't even know if I've released the unboxing. Got two different ones. One that's a little bigger for when I'm wearing my Mark Bell lower body supports, which I have underneath here. These should be great for people that are concerned about different kind of hernias that maybe you might get from weightlifting. Or you do have something going on. I think it really helps because the weight belt doesn't do a whole lot. All right, so we haven't even started doing we got a Monster cocktail. We got pre-workout. We've already had our stuff for pain, my elbow. I have a sitting prescription for those. Not a narcotic, but like something a little heavier duty than aspirin. All right, so we got that. Like I said, flat bench. Equipment we'll use. Can't remember. This should be the VTX bar. Steel body bench. Go Plus power rack. All right. Moose. Squat thing. That's only because I've got the supports lowered in my chest, and in case I were to get the weight stuck on me, it feels a little better. We'll eventually put some elbow sleeves on, all right? And I will probably, I think today we'll go ahead and use this weight belt, but a lot of time when I do bench press, we use the big Altus one because it kind of helps you bend your spine a little bit or whatever. Arch, right? That's what it is. Okay, so we are wearing a compression shirt today. It's still ridiculously cold here, and I've all the ego lifting I've been doing, I think, is taking its toll on me. So today, I don't see any maxing out going on. All right. Let me get warm up in. The only thing I think I'll do that, I don't know if you'd consider it ego. Well, probably not ego lifting. You know, shit that's less than like 3 reps. It's a little more ego lifting in my book. But we're going to try and do 300 for 6 reps. If I get that, then that means my max calculated or bench calculator, online bench calculator, what my max would be is potentially 360 again. Before COVID, before I jacked up my shoulder trap area on my left side, before I hyperextended my right elbow, which may have been for the second time I did that, we were benching right about that. Now this is age 49 and I had lost a lot of strength. Once you have a family, folks, maybe early on I was okay getting away with sneaking away to go to Gold's Gym, but later on it got a little more difficult. I lost a lot of strength. Now that 360, I also don't know if I was doing creatine at the time, but those two things would factor in. All right, so we have we're going to try and get 4 cameras again. We'll do wide from the side. If I can get this stupid thing to sit on the ground. Sometimes you definitely get what you pay for when it comes to cheap ass camera stands. Okay. And I think for the sake of balance, we'll drop this down so we can get gut shot level. So you can see some stabilization bars on here. I was gonna get another power cage, and then they ended up canceling my order. I was getting it through Walmart. I can't remember if it was 200 or 250, but very similar to this power cage. So all the crap would have been universal, but the back was like a foot. The back lateral support was like a foot off of the ground, and so that would have made life a lot easier for me. And I say easier, just the aspect of I could have used all my benches and done workouts inside of the cage. And theoretically, I wouldn't need this one anymore, but I would have left it open. Sorry, when I say open, I would have left it set up for the flat bench, kind of like it is now. I like this setup the best. God, I had thought about buying a fixed bench on eBay, fixed flat bench, commercial grade, or even there's a cheap brand on Amazon you can get, but it doesn't look like the pins would be very good. If I went in and drilled some holes in it, put some better racking pins, and hell, even drilled another set of holes and put something like this in it, so it had spotter bars, then it would have been pretty good. But it looks like it was going to be a huge disappointment. Alright, so we're also, let's see, we have Under Armour compression shirt, Under Armour sleeveless over it. We've got the Mark Bell lower ab support. Then we're going to add our Athletic Works gloves. Keep those hands nice and baby soft. Good. I really have to get motivated to take this frickin' hip thruster apart. So in between sets, maybe I'll do that. Now, this frickin' thing was like 200 pounds, somewhere in there in the box. And so now that it's assembled, I've got to disassemble it. I don't know how well I'm going to pack it back. If I was a nice guy, I'd try and put it exactly the way I got it. But reality is, I'm just going to chuck all this shit in the box and have a nice day. Next time you sell a product, make sure it's a little more understandable that it doesn't work for bigger dudes. And if they wanted to call it a woman's, even if they called it a woman's hip thruster, which would be like, would at least limit the amount of people that would buy it and go, gee, I'm too fat for this thing, right? Like there's going to be some women that are too fat for it. I think the average male, it's probably okay for. Now, I don't know if you guys like the lighting. I know when I watch the videos, I'm like, oh wow, it adds a little bit, you know. Gotta try and set ourselves apart. I've thought, you know, can't remember everybody's name. This, you know, weightlifting community for, there's probably a lot of different people that do these videos, but the group that I seem to be messaging and giving likes to, and they're doing the same for me. Those guys are, they've got some cool things. Like most of them work out of their garages. I'm working out in my basement. I'd love to work out in the finished side of the basement, but I guess occasionally you'll see videos from me over there. But most likely you'll just see in here. But you know, besides obviously lifting heavier weights, how does one draw more attention to their videos? You know, for the most part, the keys really are, if you are really good looking and really fit, not necessarily strong, but really fit, you might get somebody that will watch your video of you bench pressing, you know, 180 pounds, right? 185 pounds. Which to me is not very exciting, right? The only time you're going to see me pressing 185 in a video will be when I'm doing it over my head. And that's, well, you'll see it if you watch the long length, but as far as YouTube shorts go, that was 155. Man, my shoulder feels a little tender last couple weeks. I think, you know, I talk about ego lifting. It's obviously not a good thing at times. Obviously for YouTube, ego lifting's a great thing. If you ego lift and fail, those can be even better videos, right? So, in the room, folks, for lighting, we have a couple of spotlights. They're actually not pointed directly at me. If they were, it might blind out the red and blue light in the back. But yeah, trying to have a little more fun with the channel. Now, some folks do some pretty cool graphics. I think, you know, I obviously have editing ability. I used to do some 3D CAD stuff, and I can make, you know, much better intros to my shit that I've done. I'm not sure why I never did it, but you know, since I can do 3D CAD, I used to also know how to do motion, animation and stuff, and I could get that breather, take a breather. I could make things explode, right? So you would model this stuff in 3D, and then be able to make things explode. I don't know why I never did like a 45-pound plate, modeled that, and then made it explode. That would have been freaking cool. And maybe, just maybe, I'll try and do that again. I try not to talk about all my education stuff, but one of the schools I went to was kind enough to give me an email address again to the school, and with that you can get basically student and teacher discounts or in the case of a certain CAD software you could get free, you know, 1 year for a while there's 3 years. So that was pretty cool. Which, that reminds me, I haven't logged into that email address in a while. And so we are probably in danger of losing it. I might actually have 2 email addresses with EDU at the end. So, I'm a little concerned, folks, that we're not ever going to get loose this week. Yeah, so stuff that we did that might not have been so good for our health. That rear deltoid life fitness machine. Almost doing a whole stack on that. That, I think, may have jacked me up a little bit. Last Sunday or Monday, I think it was Monday, we put 225 on, or 226, on the incline using the first bench that was in here. Before I moved this one was the Titan Fitness Utility Bench. Did 4 reps. Felt like I could almost have gotten 5 with the spotter. I had the spotter bars, but I didn't want to drop the weight on those. And trying to get it up to these pins where it's a little higher than I want it to be. The set down below them is too low. But basically, you know, it just felt like 225 military is a lot of weight. Whether it's for 1 rep, 4 reps, 5 reps. So I don't, I'm not sure what's the cause of my shoulders being a little sore, a little stiff. I think it's one of those 2 things. So I think I have my wrenches in here. I don't want to completely take everything apart on this thing, but man, that thing is freaking heavy, folks. And I'm back over to the hip thruster that I got to take apart. So just so you can see these collars in action, and maybe I'll use this in a video. Got these off Walmart. I wouldn't recommend using these, I think, when you're going real heavy, because unless you got a spotter, you probably will never get these off. reaching around. I used to have the big, I think they're, I don't know if they're 5 pounds a piece, but the big, really heavy duty ones. And, you know, for whatever reason, they used to use those as collars. But those fuckers, trying to undo those and get the weight off. I had 225 on my chest back in my early 20s, and that was a bad day. I'm finally loosening up a little bit. But yeah, I had the damnest time getting these collars off. So, I'm not even sure why I bought these collars. Why did I buy these collars? If we just want more products to review. So, as many of you may know, I've got a couple of monetized channels, trying to get this one monetized. And they actually looked at it, which I'm not understanding why. I didn't have 1,000 subscribers on it. I'm only 708, and kind of feels like we're stagnating now. You know, unless I can come up with some cooler videos to do. We're just kind of on repeat in some aspects, right? We're lifting weight. Maybe each week we're going a little heavier, but beyond that, folks, we haven't done much of anything in the area of improvement. All right, so at some point I will use the Mark Bell Slingshot Mad Dog. Another thing at Christmas we'll be getting is the what's that thing called? Mad Dog Full Bore, which in some aspects is probably better for me for the amount of weight that I can lift. The one underneath it was probably better, the Money Shot, but you know, when you have the Mad Dog going down one level, probably didn't make a lot of sense. I just bought the the Bench Daddy 2-ply. So, assume we don't kill ourselves, we should be able to put 400 on there at some point. Crank out a couple. That's going to be cool. Unless I kill myself. We'll do it inside here, which is pretty controlled. We won't put the collars on it in case. Now, if there's a failure of that thing, that could be bad. And we'll just be using that to try and get the body weight used to heavier weight, locking out heavier weight. The weight, hitting the chest with that weight should be able to do it, I would think. Some of those things are so tight that you know, you can't hit your chest with a lighter weight, right? It may take 500 pounds to get it to hit your chest, but then you might not be able to get the 500 pounds off your chest. Man, that would suck. So yeah, one of these days I'm going to actually take advantage of all these freaking cameras that I have set up in here. You know, it's kind of ridiculous, I think, that I have all these camera shots and I never edit anything together. But one thing I did realize when I was talking about monetizing this channel, where they dinged me was reuse of content. So I don't know whether the audio, but the fact I have 4 cameras going, this video footage will show up on any of 4 channels, all right? Put some of it on the monetized just to get some money out of it, right? Doesn't make a whole lot of money, but hell, if you make 50 cents off a video, that's still 50 cents more for something else. And if I do 6 of those, 10 of those a month, that's $5. That helps to get, you know, some money towards buying new stuff, right? Now, if I could figure out how to make a lot more money on the other channels and supplement this channel even more, that'd be even better. Now, I usually spend my money on all this tech stuff. Occasionally buy some fitness stuff, but we've had some bad choices in gear I bought. Piling up some of the crap over to the side, but we had an exercise bike that, you know, it's not comfortable to sit on. It's not very good. Got a declining bench that's kind of junk for somebody my body weight. And then a dedicated bench press that's kind of junk. And then, oh, by the way, we also have a weight tree, which, you know, I guess I could use the weight tree now. Let me get that out. That could be something else we could do. The only negative with the weight tree, this is a Sports Authority one. The diameters are not good enough for the bumper plates. So yeah, folks, it is unfortunate when you buy gear that you end up not using, right? You want to take advantage of everything that you buy. Otherwise, it's a waste of money. So I'm going to need to get out some equipment, folks, it looks like. All right, so I'm going to take out one screw and then we'll do the next set. I got to take this bench off. Yeah, I probably could have just freaking advertised this locally. Said, hey, $300 assembled for this bench. But that would have been I say that it would have been impossible for me to get this out of here, I think, in one piece. have to turn it on its side. Okay, here we go. So still warming up. Figure I probably got a couple of sets in me before I do the 300. So last week, what did I do? 275 rep out without anything but the elbow sleeves. We only got 15, which is kind of depressing. Interesting competing against Gravestone, who's the only guy I'm doing any competitions with. There's weights that he's beaten me in bench press wise with the Mad Dog. Like maybe I have him in max now because he's only got a 340 and I've got a 350 on there now. But with the Mark Bell Slingshot Mad Dog, he can press more with that than I can. But I can beat him 225, 245 for reps, tie him with 275. And so, interesting enough though, that is the case. You know, I think maybe I will use these. Half pound of insignificant weight on here. Gets kind of old watching these things slide on you. So we ended up, you know, obviously we got lighting in here. We've moved the rack, power rack, or the dumbbell rack out of the way. Moved the power rack over. And then, what else did we do, folks? Hell, we might not have enough room on this camera. And I think about it, this other one, I was gonna take some shots from below. Let me just see how much room I have. Might not be able to use this one. That's network, general, storage. Oh, we got, oh no, we only have 8 gigs left. So, I need to take these files off here one of these days. This is getting ridiculous. This was dumbbell row. This was actually the good angle of dumbbell row, right on. I want to keep that video. Eventually I'll release it. Wow, so it's really hard to see from above now because the lights. Then I've got hip thruster video footage. I need to keep that. And then, yeah, this angle kind of sucks, so we'll delete that. All right, so we now have some room on here. We just got to find a good angle to take the shots from. Free up space. I hate when this thing doesn't give you the option of and cleaning out your trash can. If I deleted this stuff, let's go ahead and get it out of here. There we go. You have to go to albums. Now we should have some room, folks. If I go all the way back. And of course it's not recalculating. Didn't recalculate. Figures. Well, I'm sure there's room now. Wow. Okay, so we'll just we'll figure this out. And we'll see if this even records. From this angle. All right, time for the weight belt, folks. Getting up there in weight. I remember which way I want to put this on. This way. So there's somehow to lock this, some way to lock this in place or something, I think, but yours truly hadn't figured that out, so we're just doing the tried and true, easier way to put it on. Okay, so thank you for all the positive body shaming comments that I've gotten over the last couple months of doing this channel. I was doing the military press, and some guy says, message, lose gut now. It's like, okay, that's what I'm working on. Show your support by watching my my videos on it. Oh yeah, I also bought, I forgot the brand name, but a good brand for elbow support. Sent the Mark Bell ones back. Since the Black Friday special was over, I just went ahead and bought a pair off Amazon that are really supposed to be real nice. Still don't think we're ready for real weight, dang it. So we'll do a 265 first. Yeah, I also put up cat videos on one of my channels, actually a couple channels. And it's amazing how much body shaming there is in the cat videos. And I also think that the cat videos are probably more popular than my weightlifting. Eventually I'll have a cat channel only videos. Now, if I can turn that into money, folks, hoo-yah, we'll be real happy. Yeah.
So it takes a lot of energy to do these YouTube channels. And good thing about working out, I'm gonna work out regardless, you know.
So these videos will get made, or excuse me, I would probably spend 2 hours down here doing bench press anyways. Now,
the cat stuff, you know, it's kind of cool there because I probably play with them more now than I was. They're getting more attention. They like that, I think. They might not like it. They probably like their mom getting more attention than me, but that's okay. Yeah. So one of our ideas also was doing gardening, which has turned out to be a kind of a flop. You know, that channel got 918 subscribers. It's tempting to move all of the cat videos over to that channel and rename it probably. Again, I think it's got 1,000 watch hours. So for the last year, that would be pretty decent. All right, so we got the first part of the hip thruster machine off. Start piling these things up out here. So I gotta get, obviously, I feel like I'm not very focused today. You guys get that feeling? Kind of all over the place. Trying to figure out these weight plates. I don't think this will fit on here. Okay, the 45 bumper actually fits on the weight tree. So that's a good thing. You know, that's one of the ones I have a tendency to use more often. My 35 fits on there. So that's good. Now this, you know, make my life easier. Shit, I can just keep this crap. I'll let you guys on camera too see that I'm over here disassembling this, but I don't have to fully disassemble this. I can chuck this piece of shit right back in the box in maybe 3 pieces. No, probably more than 3. 5, 6. It's going to be in less pieces than when I got it. I guess I'll leave it at that. Now it is a shame that like I said, that I couldn't take this and just sell it assembled for what I paid for it. so much easier for somebody to just take it in these pieces with the instructions. All right, so it's time for 265. I scuffed up one of my nails. So I'm realizing these elbow sleeves are just not gonna do the work, folks. They're starting to slip off. I'm not sure they're providing enough tightness. And with me buying these $53 ones, I could send these back and get 20 bucks back. That would be a bonus. I don't think my biceps gotten smaller. Anything feels like it's bigger. All right. So 265. So we'll go from here to 300. May or may not be able to get 6 this week, but at least we put the effort in. Now when you're bench pressing, you want to make sure you take a nice firm grip. Try and keep that forearm through the wrist somewhat straight. Anybody have doubts that I'm not going to be able to do 300 from wearing a few? I think I do. But I'll do it anyways. So, take that off. I have to pull my pants back up. Alright. So we are warmed up, folks. Fast as we're going to get. I'm actually surprised I haven't snagged the supports yet walking around them. And it's probably coming of it. Still. Oh yeah, that was actually what, 265.5. For those who are paying attention to the actual weight. So we need to, we'll do 35-pound plates. And I think I'll put a set of 25s over here, just because I can. And let's see, to get to 300, we need a 2.5. Over here. We'll get that in a second. So when you're like me, oh well, I forgot to move this back. You're like me, folks. You get a little lazy in your old age. And I need to raise this just a little bit higher. There we go. You get a little lazy. You don't want to have to carry all the weights back and forth. So you do what I do, and you have multiple places to put the weights, and you have, oh, that was almost bad. You have multiple sets of weights. Whoa, that was weird. So we just dropped the floor. How the hell I did that? Dang. Weird. Okay. And of course the other camera didn't pick that up. But it's too far angled. Alright, there's 300. Let me put these 25s back on. Alright, so how heavy this thing is. So here goes the seat belt with the shaft in it. I think this will fit in the box as is. To make life a lot easier. So I had spent $300 on that hip thruster. And by golly, folks, I'm just not sure what to replace it with, you know. If I should replace it. That's kind of a big ass question mark in my book. Then the real question is, how much of this thing I can fit in the box without disassembling it further. So it's still a good 100 freaking pounds worth of weight to repair. I think we'll try and disassemble this thing next. Kind of like these washers they provided. Okay. Yeah, there are some expensive parts on this thing. There are expensive pieces of hardware. So normally, if you wanted to do a PR of some kind, you would be completely focused on it. And what am I right now, folks? I am not focused on anything but doing nonsense to the side. But there's the, let's angle this one. Hopefully I'll remember to put it back. But yeah, this is a lot easier to disassemble than to put together, especially when you cut corners. Now, if it doesn't fit in the box in the amount of pieces I have, and it's a massive box, that's going to be a problem. I'm not looking forward to taking this shit apart any more than it is. Now, these little shafts that they had are pretty cool. See when I get this out of here. Doesn't look like I can, though, you know? Shit. Yeah. That didn't work so good. Okay, there it is. Definitely losing our focus, folks. 100% on top of it. So we got one shaft out. Man, these would be good to keep. I'll tell you that. If I had something these would work with. Like this thing. Ooh. Of course, if I drop it down in there. Yeah, there's nothing I could evidently use that for, but okay. So okay. So we're trying the other side. All right, we gotta get focused. It's too much time screwing around, folks. Okay. So I jacked up one of my fingernails, and every time it rubs on something, drives me a little bunkers. Okay. And of course, smart belt thing's rolling over my stomach area. Yeah, so I bought like way too much shit recently. You know, these months on YouTube for monetization are honestly kind of amazing for money, for the purpose of money, but if I was smart, I'd be taking half of it and saving it. Okay. So, you know, sometimes I forget to hit the record button on the YouTube short. All right, so we're gonna get ourselves all set up again. We got 300 on here. The only thing we're really using that's going to benefit us and how much we lift is probably the elbow sleeves. These aren't real good ones though, but they might help a little. And for those that need the back support, abdominal support. We have a weight belt on, and we have the Mark Bell lower ab thingamajig on. Okay, so do I do this until failure? Probably not. But you never know. Those videos, like I said, they make for more views, right? Okay, so I'm at least feel somewhat warmed up. Now, if I only get 4 of this, then we know there's something physically wrong today. If I get 5, I go, I got 297 for 6, 3 pounds. Maybe just not strong enough to get that yet. If I do get 6, then we did a good job warming up. That's all I can say about that. I probably should have started my pre-workout earlier, the Monster Energy drink earlier. By the time I'm done, all that stuff will kick in finally. Don't feel like going too wide on this, which is going to affect how many times I can get it probably, but I think we'll move out just ever so slightly. All right, here we go, folks. 300. Wow, I barely got that back for 5. Well, that sucks. So now we'll do that same weight, but we'll use a slingshot after we recover. And I can tell you, focus might not have been there, right? The focus just might not have been there today. Let me see if I can pause the portrait one. So I don't want to go too heavy this week. And who knows where we'll go though after this. That was not very impressive. That felt heavy right off the bat. And when you know you're gonna have a good day, it feels good right off the bat. I keep hitting my head on this damn thing. Okay, so I'm gonna punch this out. Now I'm seeing why these guys didn't want me to take it back apart the way I just did. There are way more parts involved. A lot more parts for you to lose. And that's life. I almost wish there would have been a way to keep this thing for doing it with barbell instead of the way it was set up. At least I learned something, Read the reviews. There wasn't one in there about if you have a big gut. Oh, actually, I think I added that, but range of motion, not feeling perfect. I think you know, it's on a curve where the barbell you're going somewhat straight up and down. So maybe that's why I was feeling it in my quads. Okay, so I could probably just elevate this thing put it on its side. Disassemble it this way. Yeah. There we go. Let you guys watch the excitement over here. Not sure which wrench is which. Nope. Not that one. Okay, there's one of them. This one work too? Yeah. I don't know why I brought this in here. Not very useful. So potentially, I now can just take this one piece off and throw the rest of it in the box, which would be damn nice. Yeah, find that plastic baggie for the hardware. So we'll let Signature Fitness disassemble the rest of it. And I don't even think I'm going to bother packing it back in the shit that it came in. And I did think about going to Planet Fitness today after this. I do my abs. Maybe walk on a treadmill. Take my kid to the mall at some point. Maybe he'll buy me another Christmas gift. Dads love Christmas gifts. We like to spoil everybody, but we also like getting a lot of shit as well. Alright folks, so that might fit in the box, or it might not. I'll tell you what, folks, I feel sorry for the freaking FedEx guy who's got to pick this thing up. Yeah, you know, I talked about doing decline today. I don't know when I'm going to get back into it. It might be time to switch it up. It used to be, you know, that I was way stronger in decline. Well, not way stronger, 10, 15 pounds. But I've kind of been excited about doing flat bench again, even though it could be that the flat bench is actually what screws up my shoulders. All right, folks, we got 300. Slingshot, Mad Dog. We also have on the way to the channel the boar, wild boar, something boar. Whatever the hell it's called. And then I'm also getting the Bench Daddy 2-ply so I can try to actually get a 400-pound press in before I turn 60. I'm a long way off from 60, but all the same, the rate I'm going, I'm not sure we're gonna naturally get back to 400. So, all right, here we go. So we only got 5 with our raw, somewhat raw, we'll call it. We should be able to get double that with the slingshot. I'm gonna go a little wider. I'm not going for one more, but you saw how I barely locked out at the end. So that should have been at least 10. I was thinking I have gotten 10 of 315. So we should have been not had a problem there. We're gonna go 335 on the next one. I lost this. I don't know why I don't just, for the portrait ones, just stop the filming. Stop the filming. Because it's easier to edit. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Alright, I'm going to take this thing as it is. I think it'll fit in the box. It's just amazing dragging these parts around thinking, wow, how the hell did I get that whole box all the way from the basement to here. Whew. I don't know about you guys, but I'm freaking warm now. So we could have put another 45 on there. I'm just right now, I'm like a little lightheaded. All that ego lifting going to my head. Well, so we do have one more part. Monday, and today we're shooting this video, it's Saturday. Now, if there are any Steelers fans out there, love to see a Go Steelers in the comment thing below. Oh, I've been pretty lucky, folks. I haven't had to travel anywhere lately. You know, you see me going up to New Jersey a lot. Sometimes go to Ohio. Sometimes go overseas. At least, what this year we did, we went to Bahrain, Poland, and where's Japan. So we will eventually head back to Europe, and we'll have to shoot a bunch of videos there. You may see some content re-uploaded on the channel. I think what I'm going to do is, if I re-upload a video, if it gets more views than the first time, then I'm going to delete the old version. If it doesn't, I'll delete the new version. But I could take the videos and update them a little. I just don't know if YouTube probably can tell. So you don't want to have, for the sake of reuse, you don't want to have the same video on your channel like 10 times. Now, after you get monetized, you know, potentially get away with it. Hopefully they have other things to do. But, you know, the way that damn algorithm works, your shit's just dead in the water. Like, you could have a video that gets 10,000 views, which is way better than the one that gets, you know, 200, right? That video may never, ever get another view. Unless it's something somebody searched for specifically. So using your tags, whatever, right? But there's got to be billions of freaking videos on YouTube. I mean, no shit, I probably have close to 10,000 videos that I put on YouTube, just myself, on 6-7 channels. Maybe more than that. I did have a sports channel. There was no way to make money off of that because everything was copyright striked. Or not copyright strike, but copyright notice, so didn't do that. There's YouTube shorts that you can get away a little bit with reusing other people's stuff, but you got to kind of make it your own. So adding to it maybe some dialogue, analyzing the play, which I think I might just start doing. Like, I need to put, you know, do a shot of me. All right, we're going to take a look at the Giants versus whatever. It's fourth quarter. This is an all-important play. And then switch the camera over to the video. Record it. And then, boom. Go from there. Maybe make a little more money. I think it's funny. Some people like my highlight videos, I think, because I get a little crazy for my team. The ones that I don't get as excited about, people aren't. You don't get as many subscribers or views. But that's another story. So this channel, which is, you know, what we would like to focus on, but we obviously don't because I just ramble on. We've got to figure out how to make this channel kick ass. And I think maybe it's time to get a Gold's membership, find some friends, make some friends at Gold's, do some workout videos. If I was, you know, single, we'd want to recruit some females, because let's face it, 2 dudes working out isn't as great as 2 women working out for views. Until there's too many of those videos on YouTube. Can there ever be enough of those? Alright. So, yeah, if I was single, I would probably try and recruit some people. Maybe even pay them, right? Like, you find the right female, the right personality. Say, listen, I'll give you, I don't know, $20, shoot the video, and then half of the
monetization that comes from it, because I still have to pay taxes. And she should too. But then just take those, you know, those shots of that person working out that people love. Obviously want to do, you know, bent over rows, squats, lunges, deadlifts, stiff-legged deadlifts. Those are the kind of videos, you know, that do good, right? Good. Nobody wants to see them bench pressing. All right. Now, I'll never. That's why this channel probably will never be popular, folks. Grateful to all the people that do subscribe. Even though I rarely ever see comments, but the first time. I know my pump check videos sometimes get some interesting comments, which I think if the old lady who was to read those, she probably wouldn't be too happy with them, but she told me I can't take my shirt off, which is good and bad for everybody. By the end of my weight loss journey, we will, I doubt we'll have a 6-pack, but maybe we'll have a 2-pack. We will probably do a full frontal upper body shot, so you guys see how the chest looks. That is, you know, one of the things I was more well known for was my chest. Now it's probably my shoulders and my arms. And since nobody's watching this video at this point, it really doesn't matter what I say. They probably just shut up. All right. All right, folks, got the Mark Bell Slingshot Mad Dog 335 on here. Not one of my better workout days, I will tell you that. So I don't know what we're gonna get here. Probably realistically to get a few, but it's hard to get the weight off this rack and get it in the proper position. So we'll see. I don't know if that was 6 or 7, but yeah, buddy. Man, I felt like I had 8 in me. The spotter, if I had a freaking spotter, we would have went for it. Man, no spot. We'll rearrange this. I get my 45 on here. So I did buy an organizer for the Olympic plates, but yet I'm over here screwing around with whatchamacallits. Yeah. This weight tree. Who knows how much this weight tree can hold up? Probably the potential you could overload the top and have it fall over. So yeah, when you pick up the weights off the floor, folks, it's so much easier to walk around. Oh my gosh. So what are we putting on here? 355? Kind of makes you want me to take the 35 off and one of the 10s and put the 45 on there, but
we'll just go with it. We'll go with it, folks. One of these days I'm going to put the 55s on there. I don't know why I don't put 55s on there. Maybe military press. When we've got to the point where we're done impressing everybody with our 135 presses, then we'll put 55 on there. That'll get me to 155 pound presses. So notice a couple people doing behind the neck shoulder presses, which, depending on your level of flexibility and how good your shoulder's doing, it's probably, you know, a good way to hit that shoulder a little differently. Wow, we almost didn't put another 10 on there. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, so that's pretty good. Be able to pause at the bottom and then press up. Now I did see, you know, that exercise going really heavy. I saw somebody, I don't know his name. Some of the community guys are buddies with him, I guess, but I saw him do a 185. Barely got it, but you know, I'm doing it to the front, standing 6. Could probably get 7 if I really try. Seated, I got 13, which is kind of ridiculous. You won't see too many people on YouTube, I think, in these home gyms banging that out. Now, steroid freak dudes, you will see doing that. So, I don't think the creatine didn't really kick in today. Maybe next week. I actually didn't eat dinner last night, or real dinner. That was a mistake. This is a day, you know, I want to carb up. But I'm also trying to lose weight. So we did do some creatine last night, creatine today, and you know, it should start to show some gains. I get these messages about when I put up a picture of a restaurant that I went to. It'd be nice if I would get freaking some monetary out of that, but so we don't have any videos cranking this morning, unfortunately. So yeah, I was trying to figure out the other day how this channel was ready for monetization. There's 2 levels. The 500 subscriber one, which is like not real monetization. I don't think they should even call it monetization. Then there's 1,000 sub, 4,000 watch hours. The other one's supposed to be 3,000. I have 4,000 watch hours, but as stated, reuse of videos, and they can tell, I guess, that there's videos that are on this channel, part clips of it that are on other ones.
without me doing something different. So I probably need to take a hour of one of those and just discuss, you know, what happened. And then, you know, put those up instead of rehashing the same video. Now, the fact this is recorded with 4 cameras, I'm not sure if that matters. Like, the audio is the same. Maybe it'll sound differently because of different angles, different levels, whatever. But the video is shot from different angles. So, what did I try and do the other day? 365. Got 2 reps. This is 355. You would think if we got 6 of 335, we can get 2 at 365. What's the difference in weight there? 30 pounds? 30-pound difference. And this is not, is this in the middle of those? 355, no, not in the middle. More towards the other way. But that's a 4 rep difference. If I was going exactly in half, you would think I'd be able to get 4 reps of, say, 350. But then again, once again, I've got, whatchamacallit on here, 355. So, yeah. Man, oh man, oh. I've also wondered if I wear the slingshot and the, I don't even know where it is. I've got a crappy Chinese one that I wish I could send back. If I wear both of those, how many reps could I get? Is that like having, you know, double ply? So this was productive, folks. We got the hip thruster out of here. So far, we're working on 2 hours of footage that most people only watch a minute 30 of. It will be those people, you know who they are, my fan club, that actually will watch the whole video. And oh my God, folks, we've been recording this at kind of a shit angle. Oops. So that sucks. Sorry, fan club. Man, that looks so cool. I gotta say, folks, I've come a long way with this channel. You know, if the blue was over a little bit more, it'd probably be that much better. The blue didn't kill my eyeballs. Ugh. Yeah, it's a little offset. Okay. So, I think we're about as recovered as we're going to get. I think we're still recording 4 cameras. And we'll potentially upload at least the side, full side. There'll be shorts. And then the frontal. I think the side shot will be on a monetized channel. The YouTube shorts, we'll mix those up. And then the frontal will be on the Weight Slayer channel. All right, folks. All right, folks, Weight Slayer here. We've got our Mark Bell Slingshot Mad Dog 355 on here. I just did 335 for, I believe, 6 reps. Might have got 7. Who knows? I can't count. 3 engineering degrees. Still can't count. And we like to get 4. I think that's realistic. All right, good lift. I went a little over the didn't work, dang it. So, oh damn, folks. I don't think I want to retry 365, but I don't think I want to try 20 more pounds on there either. Now, the way things are going now, this would be a day where you go, well, fuck it. Let's just put 390 on there and see how that goes. Or 385. The weights are getting too far off center of gravity though, so I don't know what I want to do, folks. Do we do a 385 and just say fuck it? So if I put that 45 on there, then we put 315 and 7 is 385. All right, folks? Yeah. So, now, when I did, the last time I did 400, and I don't remember when I did 430, but when I last did 400, I was doing, I think, 355 for 4 reps. Maybe it was 6 reps. I don't know. It's so hard to remember these things. You know, does that mean we potentially could knock this out of the park? And it's less than 400? I told myself I wasn't going to max out, but stupid me. I really feel with a spotter, I would nail this, right? Somebody lift the weight off for you. Because it does. I mean, it's not 405, but it looks like 405 almost. And it's like, oh, look at that. You know there's some serious weight on there. So mentally, are you in the zone, right? That's a good question. Are we in the zone? And should I even be sticking with this much weight? You know, the reality is I'm hitting my goals for bulking up the delts, the arms. They look, I'm thinking, almost as big as they've ever been.
If I did the rich piano workout, it'd probably be 19.5, which would be Jay Cutler, where Jay Cutler is right now. If my biceps could get that pumped up. I know the triceps can get pretty damn pumped up. They're pumped right now. So we'll go from this, folks, to the whatchamacallit, pump cover check. Pump cover, shredded. This will be like day 14. You'll see I'm only losing like 0.2 pounds each time, but whatever. Better than nothing. We do have the stabilizers or safeties. We have the little protect my little chest bumper pad, squat bumper pad. But yeah, this would be an over 50 PR with the Mad Dog. And I think when I get the Bench Daddy, maybe I'll have a couple of family members that are visiting have helped me with the lift off. Because that would make all of the difference, folks. You're locked in, right? And somebody, of course, you got to help lift off, but you lift off the weight, you're locked in, boom. Instead of, I've got to, you know, get kind of out of what's the word? Out of the zone. Oh, we don't have the extra safeties on here. These bottom supports could pop off. I need another set for these up top. Whew. Kind of excited about this, folks. If we get this, of course, you know what's next, right? 387, 390. With the spotter, do we go 400? Take a big chug of Monster. I hate to say it. Hopefully we get a nice bounce off the chest. That would be beneficial. Especially if I don't have this tricep power to lock it out. Oh, that's the other benefit of a spotter. You know, wasted energy just getting it off the rack. All right, folks, we've got, just so you can see it, 385 on there. This is a slingshot Mad Dog PR attempt here, over 50. Now, as I tell everybody, I used to lift a lot more when I was younger. 51 years old, equipped lift here. Sure, our lifts are nice and firm. We do have safety bars. Be nice to have a spotter on top of the safety bars, but there's the potential for failure. That's fucking easy. That was fucking easy, folks. Makes you think, should I do a 390? And then withhold this video for another week. Damn. That might have been my best shot at, 395 or heavier. So we're gonna have to edit this video. Yeah, that shit went up easy. Easy. I got this dinged up right elbow and tendonitis. It's tough trying to strengthen the elbows, or not the elbows, the triceps. I think 9 months ago, a year ago, whatever, the triceps were stronger than they are now. I only base that on how many times I could rep the stack on the Life Fitness machine, like 40 reps. Now I'm like 28. So big drop off. So I don't know what Gravestrong is, what he's doing for, what he said his max was, like 400 something. Maybe a couple reps at 400. And here I am. Nah, I can't be doing a couple. Well, he did 370 for 3, where I only did 365 for 2. So he's probably up there, 400-ish, with a spotter and somebody bringing the weight out to him, potentially more. That felt so good. It kind of makes me a little worried, though, that just because that was good doesn't mean this is going to be good. And I got crap. Wow. Well, that's heavy because I can't even move it over. So we're not even centered. Dang it. Now, had I got 6 at 300 earlier, we might have we might be able to say that our raw press number is higher, but tell you, I really want to just put 4 or 5 on there, but that could be catastrophic. We've obviously gotten more and more used to using the slingshot. There's only one time I've used this where it just got out of control right off the bat. Now it's broke in. Probably not, at this point, a stiffer one would be beneficial. I would think. This thing's got to be over a year old now. We started with the cheap Chinese made ones. Then we made it to the real deal. Now we're going to the king of them, which I would say is the Bench Daddy. Yeah, if I get that before next Saturday, is that Christmas? Yeah, if I get it before Christmas, it's not going to be a Christmas gift. If I get it after Christmas, it'll be a Christmas gift. Or if I get it after bench press day next week. I may just push the whole workout back a day if, you know, it's like, hey, it's going to show up Sunday. Okay. Or if it's Monday, 2 days, that would be Christmas. Then we would, I don't think we're going to get anything on Christmas Day. Good news is I get my monetization in a few days. We get our Amazon Associates crap. So I was trying to figure out, and this is, you know, not weightlifting related, but I was trying to figure out what I should spend all my Amazon credits on. I didn't want to get myself something good, but then I think, oh, I should get something nice for the family. What would I get if I was getting something nice for the family? I'm going to add a little better lighting to this press because this is going to be a new PR. So we're going to do the 385 PR, and then we're going to come back with the 390 if I get it on a different day. So if everything goes like that last set, we should drive this up with no problem. I didn't feel like that was borderline, you know? Like sometimes you just know you ain't got nothing left in you. If I didn't, you know, screw around, I might have tried for 2 reps at that weight. That'd probably be stupid, but hey. All right, let me get this thing. All right, folks, trying for an over 50 PR with the Mad Dog. This is 390, and I've got a compression shirt on, Mark Bell, lower support, elbow sleeves. And so we'll just see how this goes. Ring finger at the ring on this bar, VTX bar. Rack. Yes. So there wasn't a whole lot left in the tank, folks. That's all we had. That is all I freaking had. All right. So we'll do incline tomorrow. Try not to show off tomorrow, I think. I'm going to start taking my Mark Bell briefs off, but you guys don't want to see me in my underwear. All right. That was a good feeling. Good feeling, folks. How many other cameras we got? The hell? Might be too big to upload. Not letting me upload. Yeah. Okay. Let me shut this one off. This is going to create 3 different videos anyways. Okay. So there's 1, 2. Yeah, folks, it's always a good feeling when you hit a PR. I don't know if this video is too long. We'll give it a second. Might have to take the file off there. So yeah, pump check time. Weight belt off. Yes, it doesn't look like it's going to doesn't look like it's gonna, oh shit. Doesn't look like it's going to allow me to upload the big file. So we'll have to figure out how to get it off of the camera and then go from there. Wow, this shirt, the outer shirt's actually all sweaty. That's a surprise. All right, we gotta turn these lights off. I need to remember to clip my fingernail before I go to the gym. Okay, so here we go. So that's what did I say, 269.6. Come over to this side, give you the, and we just can't get the angle right. There we go, without tripping over the carpet. So that arm, I gotta say, looks pretty massive. This arm looks massive and defined. Definitely liking the way it's coming in. You know, another 5 pounds, it's really gonna start to be like, oh. Then another 10 pounds, whoa. Another 20 pounds. And then we're gonna probably stop because I don't want to get any skinnier. I'll be skinny enough to pick me up off the floor. Weight Slayer out, folks.